Black pirates were documented in significant presence in maritime history from the late medieval period through the end of the Atlantic Golden Age of Piracy from 1650 to 1730. Their existence is confirmed through ship logs, court records, colonial correspondence, contemporary newspapers, and first-hand pirate accounts. Black pirates served in nearly every capacity aboard pirate vessels, including sailors, gunners, navigators, officers, and in some cases, leaders. Many black pirates entered piracy through maritime labor. Enslaved and free black men were commonly employed as sailors in European empires due to labor shortages and their maritime experience. When pirate crews captured merchant or naval ships, they frequently recruited black sailors, sometimes forcibly and sometimes voluntarily. Pirate crews were typically multiracial, and ship articles often distribute pay shares equally regardless of race, a practice that differed sharply from European naval and merchant systems. One of the most well-documented black pirates was Black Caesar, an African who operated in the Caribbean in the early 1700s. Contemporary accounts identify him as a former enslaved man who escaped and later sailed with Edward Teach, also known as Blackbeard, one of the most famous pirates of all time. Black Caesar served as a senior crew member and survived multiple engagements before being captured and executed in Virginia in 1718. His presence is recorded in colonial trial records and early pirate histories. He was said to have a harem of women and some treasure that is still lost in the Keys of Florida in southern Florida that no one has still found. Black pirates were also present in large numbers aboard the ships of Bartholomew Roberts, one of the most successful pirates in history. When Roberts was killed in 1722, British records showed that approximately 1/4 of the crew were black. After their capture, white pirates were typically executed, while many black pirates were sold into slavery, demonstrating that the race directly affected legal outcomes even within piracy's otherwise egalitarian structure. Another documented figure is Diego Grillo, also known as Diego the Mulatto, who operated in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico in the late 1600s. Spanish records identify him as a formerly enslaved African from Cuba who became a pirate and privateer, which his mother was Iberian and father was African, and he would attack Spanish shipping and coastal settlements. His activities also preserved in colonial military correspondence as well. Black pirates were also active outside the Atlantic world as well, and in the Indian Ocean, African sailors known as the Cities participated in piracy and naval warfare. Though some did it for a short time while others did it for a life career, piracy offered black sailors relative autonomy compared to European-controlled maritime labor. Pirate ships commonly practiced shared decision-making, elected officers, and distributed loot by agreed articles. While racial prejudice did not disappear and still was present on some pirate ships, pirate crews often judged members primarily by skill and loyalty. This practical equality was noted by colonial authorities as a reason piracy attracted enslaved and marginalized peoples. The decline of piracy in the early 1700s led to the erasure of many black pirates from popular history. Colonial records frequently omitted their names or categorized them simply as Negroes or slaves, even when they had been free sailors. As piracy was suppressed, black pirates faced harsher punishment than their white counterparts, including re-enslavement rather than execution, further obscuring their historical records. In conclusion, Black pirates were not anomalies but integral participants in global piracy. Primary sources confirm their presence across the Atlantic and Indian Ocean worlds, their roles aboard pirate ships, and their unequal treatment when they were captured. Their history demonstrates that piracy was one of the few early modern institutions where Black men could, temporarily, operate with relative autonomy and authority within a multiracial system governed by maritime necessity rather than imperial law. Please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, add me on all social medias, and until next time, peace, one love.
So catch me if I fall.